And this next lecture relates to the people in the project, the so-called stakeholders. And this is interesting because I was looking at this back in the year 2000, and it was only 2 years ago when they issued the new PMBOK that the Project Management Institute started looking at stakeholders. Hey, interesting. I'm ahead of them. I'm a smart guy. Why am I looking at stakeholders? What do people have to do with a project? They have to do a lot, no? Because if the people that I'm doing the project for, the management, they don't like it, I'm in trouble. The people I'm building the product for, the customers, they don't like it, I'm in trouble. If the people that are using the product that I'm building, the users, they don't like it, I'm in trouble. So people are a major element of projects. And the people that work on the team, if they're not good people on the team, I'm in trouble. So I should know a lot about people. So this is important that we have some people skills in project management, and the project manager should clearly understand all about the people that are the stakeholders of the project. So in this model, we look at what's called the technology adoption lifecycle model, and we look at customer types, okay? And we'll look at something called the chasm, because between customer types, there are spaces, chasms. There are places that people fall through the cracks, and we have to understand what it takes to get people to jump over the crack, over the chasm. We also will look at the technology adoption life cycle as a methodology for user deployment. How we actually take our deliverables and dispense them to the final customers and users. And I will describe to you how to match the project type to the customer type, which is a major finding of my research. That when we took all these projects that the students reported on, we found that if the student's company was working on a particular project type, the project type was usually focused on providing the result to a specific customer type. And those customer types that matched the project type correctly were successful. Those that did not were unsuccessful. And finally, we'll talk about what's called the project life cycle and what it implies to you as a project manager and your company. Have anybody taking, you probably don't, anybody taking mathematics statistics? No statistics. Okay, guess what? You need to take statistics. You need to understand numbers to some extent. This is low-level statistics. You see this shape? What's this shape? This is a bell. It's called the bell-shaped curve. It's called a normal distribution. In a normal distribution, the bell-shaped curve, there's a center line, the median, the middle. There's a left side and a right side. Half the population in the world is on that side, and the other half of the population is on this side. So if we're talking about people, we're talking about population, we're talking about people that are either living on this side or this side of the middle. And then we talk about these other points. We call them 1 and 2 standard deviation. That means that within this area and within this area, there's a number of people, huh? The population in this area is pretty large. It's very similar to the population in this area. This, from here to here, is 2/3 of the total population of everybody that we're looking at, of all the stakeholders. And then from here That's considered one tail of the curve. From here is another tail of the curve. We have left from 2/3, which is 67%, from 100 is what? 33%, correct? So if I have 33% of the population left, I have half of that 33% over here, and half of that 33% over there. So I have something like, what's my mathematics say? 16.5, something like that on either side. Okay, so 16.5% here, 67%, so this is 30.5%. This is 33.5%, another 16.5%. So the population is distributed around the middle of the curve. So this guy named, bless you, named Rogers did a survey of people that were looking to take and use some technology. And he said, well, that population, 100%, 33%, 33%, 16%, 16%, they look at the technology that they're looking to accept, and they accept it very willingly. Maybe they accept some more, take a little time to accept it, maybe never accept it. So you look at different people that were expecting technology. So the technology adoption life cycle talks about, if I have something, technology, and I give it to you, whoever you are who's playing with the other person's pencil, you. So I give it to each person differently. You may be very sharp and accept it very willingly. Milosh, he's still driving a Yugo, so he's not accepting. And the rest of you people, some here and some here. So you distribute it. The population is distributed under this curve. And the distribution is based on how willingly you accept the new technology. Okay? And the research that Rogers did was based on, quote, technology adoption, acceptance of new technology. Guess what? Poli said, hey, I'm thinking again. Maybe I shouldn't think. But I'm creating something new out of the project. A new what? Not necessarily technology, maybe a new product, maybe a new service, okay? So I create a new car. You don't like my car, so you fall over here in the population. All of a sudden, Milosh gets, hey, he likes my car, he's buying it over here. And you guys, some of you here, some of you here, buying my car. This is time. This is time. So when I put out my new car, these are the early adopters and innovators. And these people that start to take it on after those people. These people take it on after those people. And these people may never take it on. So that's time. This is time. That vector. So Rogers did the original research, The Fusion of Innovation is the name of this book. Moore wrote a very popular book called Crossing the Chasm. And it explains this so that you can understand it. This book, academic, this book, popular. Popular thinking versus academic thinking. So one, you may understand it, this you definitely will understand. And it'll tell you how you adopt, quote, technology, or you adopt taking on new things. Technology adoption life cycle. TALC. And again, what I say, the distribution is 50-50. 50% of the population will adopt on that side, and 50% on this side. That says that the population between these two spaces is 67%. Then 33.5, 33.5. 16.5. Hey, we did good mathematics, huh? We can divide by 2. Very good. And when Rogers did the research, they found that this 16.5% broke out this way. 2.5% in this beginning part, and 14% there. So when he's looking at the way people accept the new technology, he's finding that 2.5% of the people out of 100, 2.5 people are starting very early. And then another 14 people pick it up based upon what these people do. Then all of a sudden, he finds a break in time. They call this the chasm. This is the chasm. There's a break in time when people stop and say, oh, wait, let's find out how these people are using that new car. Let's find out how these people are using that new technology. So there's a break in time. And then when people find out what's happening over here and it's good, then the people on this side, the population on this side of the group, they say, oh, we should start using it now. So then another 33.5 people start using the new car. Bless you.
Thank you.
And then based upon the way these people use the car, these people say, oh, they're using it? Okay, it's okay. We can use it too. And then finally, these people here, they're still looking. Hey, they're using a car, so what? So what? We're Amish, we use horse and buggy. We live in Pennsylvania, in the Dutch country. Okay. No electricity, no telephone, no car. Right? We buggy. We live with the buggies. We have beards, we have funny hats, we wear funny dresses and funny clothes. We what? We live old. Either that or we go down and live in South Serbia. Maybe Makivik, yeah? Maybe they live down there with the horses and the buggies. I don't know, but the roads are very bad. Very bad. Well, anyway, this is the population, and this is how it's distributed. And so what Rogers did and what Moore did was they said, okay, the use of this technology, use of this new product, this new deliverable from somebody's project is going to be taking time for the whole population to try to use it. So they started calling these 2.5% in the front end, these guys and gals, the innovators. Hey, where's my Apple 6? No, I want my Apple 7 now. I don't care about 6. I'm an innovator, right? I want everything the best. My son is like that. As soon as something comes out new, he's what? He's wanting it. He's buying it. He's trying it. He's what? He's fearless. Not afraid of risk. Not afraid of spending some monies. Then they found out that these innovators are typically techies. Hey, they're techies. What do? These techies. They expect it to have bugs. It's not going to work the way it's supposed to work. They say, hey, gee whiz, isn't this great? Look, I got something super. So their focus is what? On the product. There's not that many people, right? Not that many sales. Unless you're hyped like Apple. Then the next group comes along. Then we find out that these people are what's called the early adopters. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you Monday.
Yes.
Okay. Do your homework on the okay. Do your reading.
What?
Do your reading. Oh, it's homework. Maybe I just look at the slides. The early adopters, what are they doing? These people are watching how these people in the beginning are using the new capability, the new technology, the new product. And the early adopters are saying, hey, are they doing it? What's happening there? Maybe something good. So then the early adopters take on the same product and technology and they start to, quote, buy it. And we find what? We find that these people consider themselves to be visionaries. And they see the future. What's happened? What's this mean?
They're talking.
Oh, they're talking.
Yeah.
They're bad. Bad girls. Take them out and use the woodshed. Okay? The visionaries, they're looking for the things to actually work in an application. They're looking for it to be competitive, to find that there are other people using stuff. And they're more focused on the customer here. So, and typically major one customer. So, this is not a big population, right? This is only 16.5%. What's over here? 67% population. You got a product, you want to sell it. You want to what? You want more than 16%. You want to get sales over here. You want to get sales in the mainstream. How do you get sales here? How do you cross this chasm? What is causing that chasm? What's causing the chasm is that probably the product is not complete, not good enough. So what people do, we need to find a way to, marketing tries to find a way to get across over here and find the beachhead across this chasm. So they look for specific customers to target. They look for new capability to add. They look at the old capability that's on the current product and say, let's fix it. So they have to fix it and make it better. So they make it better. And then they enter the mainstream market. And they try to sell to more and more people. So now we're trying to sell to this group. And this group is called the early majority. And the early majority, they're flexible. Most of the bugs have been taken out of the product. They want to know if it's going to work. They want to know what's the cost benefit of using this. Hey, I have an old product and you want me to take and throw it away. I have a Yugo, I want to throw it away. It's useful, I can use it now. What's the benefit of having a new car? Oh, the new car uses less gas. The new car is flashy and will take me farther distances. The new car is reliable. I won't have to repair it as often as I have to repair the Yugo. Hey, that's a good reason to buy the new car, cost benefit. So there are switching costs. So I switch to the new car. This is what will end up being called the late majority. They are the last people to adopt the technology or the product. All right? They're risk averse. What does risk averse mean? Do you know? No. See, you guys don't gamble. You.
They don't like to take a risk.
They don't want to take risks. They don't like. Right? Hey, I have money in my pocket. That's going to stay there. I'm not going to spend it on gambling. Gambling is what? Fool's paradise. What is lotto? Fool's paradise. I give the money into the lotto, they pick the numbers, and my number never comes up. So they're looking for a standard product. They're looking to make sure that other people are manufacturing the same product. And so they're out there, and they finally adopt the product. So this is all based on Roger's research. And then finally, this last group is called the laggards, the Luddites, the Amish, the people that don't want to use, right?
Party breakers.
Who?
Party breakers.
Yeah, maybe not. Luddites. They now have no interest. They don't care what you build. You can build anything, but they will never buy it. They don't want to. So don't waste your time and effort building something and producing it and manufacturing it and making a product that has capability to appeal to these people, because there's nothing will appeal to these people. Don't spend your time trying to market to these people. So there are 4 distinct project strategies involved here. 1, to address each of the customer types. How many customer types were there? Innovator, early adopter, early majority, and late majority. And who's the last customer type that we're not even going to talk about? The laggards, the Luddites, right? So we have four different customer types that we want to build for.